I've got a genuine question for people that actually have enough influence in our society to make all of this stuff stop, basically, or even shut down the economy to put the brakes on what Trump and the Republicans are doing. How short-sighted are you when you're just allowing all this? I'm talking about like the billionaires. Some of them, I know, seem to think this is all going to go great. It's all going to go according to plan. I'm telling you, I don't fucking think so. I don't think it's going to end well for you guys at all. I think you're playing with fire. You may have a lot of technology and a lot of tools to do a lot of harm, but this is a big country with a lot of damn people we are fed the hell up. And the media that is completely failing to do their job and hold power accountable. Just tell the damn truth about what's going on. Stop playing patty cakes about what Republicans are doing. You could be talking nonstop about the crimes that they're committing, and you'd be correct. And people are going to sit there and scream bias, and you can tell them at the top of the hour, tell them the difference between bias and facts that just happen to lean a certain way, right? Like, if one side is committing a shit ton of crime, that's the way that the fact pattern goes. And that's the Republican Party. Like, I've been saying for a long ass time that the Democrats in power should have been basically just putting Republicans on blast and educating their voters, both Democrat voters, independents, and Republicans. People should know who the damn enemy is. And, progressives should have taken the damn gloves off about the Democrats in leadership. Like, we have just such a lack of giving the unvarnished truth in this society. There are some places that you can find it. I would argue those are primarily on the left, and the right gets lucky every once in a while, but they usually twist the narrative somehow, and they draw the wrong conclusions from it. So like, even like the thing about the right wing that ends up appealing to people is they'll take like a partial truth, things that resonate with people, but then they go off on this other sidetrack, and they tap into people's like lizard brain. They, like, right-wingers are very triggered by things that disgust them. So unfortunately, that's people that are different from them. People that like aren't, short-haired, wearing whatever conservatives think you're allowed to wear. And, if you look like anything other than what they think is okay, they're grossed out by you. If you happen to love someone that they don't agree with, they're disgusted by you. If you happen to not perform your gender the way they think is acceptable, they're disgusted by you. If people make illusions that you did some kind of crime, or like they get fed like crime porn all the time. Like, their feeds are just clogged up with endless videos of crimes committed by black and brown people. They don't really show, they're not gonna be shown like all of, like, the white collar criminals. They're not gonna talk about wage theft, which is like the biggest form of theft in this country, that's committed by people like Donald Trump, the Trumps, and the people that donate to Republicans. No, they don't hear that shit. I don't know. Like, it's totally fair to put both establishment parties members on blast and talk about how Republicans lie all the time about things that they identified as a problem and things that they're claiming to propose that's going to solve it. But in a lot of cases, Republicans cause the problem by things that they did directly, and people don't actually do the homework and check on their actual actions, like their actual bills and proposals, and they allow them to lie, and like the public is not informed. So the short version is, like, I don't know what the hell these rich assholes are thinking by empowering somebody who wants to be a dictator, and whoever the successor is wants to be a dictator so they can do all their evil shit. But here's the thing. Do you know what dictators do? Like, well, that's a nice, Apple's like a nice company. I think I want to give it to Don Jr. or I want to give it to Kristi Noem, or fucking that gremlin Stephen Miller, or Tom Holman, the guy who looks like he's half drunk all the time. He must hang out with Jeanine Pirro and Pete Hegseth. Like, it's short-sighted thinking to empower these people because they can just take your shit, and they can just take our shit. And then what? If they erode the rule of law, the law currently is set up to protect capitalists. What do you suppose happens when the rule of law is basically gone and people are really feeling their we hate billionaires vibe right now. Math, just simple math. Like, if you were smart, you would stop this and you would put people in charge that are at least going to be like stabilizing things. And I would argue it would behoove you to put a bunch of progressives in power. Yes, you will have to pay more taxes, but if people are actually having their needs satisfied and society serves everyone, you can keep on going, having a good life along with everyone else. And if people aren't suffering, they don't want to go after your head. Wakey, wakey. Like, you guys are just being silly and really playing with your life, because dictators are more than happy to take out the rich capitalists. They don't care. They'd be like, that shit's mine now. You don't think he would just, like, he just secured like 10% of Intel. He's just like taking shit. You're not seeing where this goes? You might want to read crack open a history book or two. Even like modern history. We've seen examples of that shit. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Have fun with that shit. Bye.